Hey guys. So basically, this whole unit is really about the undoing of imperialism. So, imperialism, when we did that unit, we talked about how powerful countries kind of take over less powerful countries. This is the story of kind of the reverse of that. This whole unit has been the story of, those less powerful countries eventually gaining their independence from those powerful countries. And that's really what we've talked about. Now, so far, India and South Africa have been major examples of that. And we've looked at, Mandela and Gandhi and, some of the different strategies that they used. But it's important to understand that these independence movements extend far beyond just those two countries. So, in all kinds of territories in Africa and elsewhere, these independence movements are happening. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. So, like we said, the thing about Gandhi and Mandela is that ultimately they both kind of sort of achieve their goal, but they go about it through very different means, right? So there's a wide variety of strategies that can be borrowed from with regard to Gandhi and Mandela by a lot of other countries and people in those countries. So there's a lot of different ways to go about this, but their strategies and many other strategies are going to be mimicked by a number of countries, and we're going to take a look at Ghana, Kenya, and Tanzania. So Ghana's here on the western coast here of Africa, and then you have Kenya and Tanzania. Kind of one is right north, and they're right north and south of each other, right here on the eastern part. So we'll take a look at what happens here. The important concept that's at work here is this idea of called pan-africanism. Okay, this is the idea that even though there's a lot of different countries within Africa, and then there's a lot of different languages, and there's a lot of different cultural differences, there still is there this kind of continental identity as African that kind of glues all of these people together. So this sounds strikingly similar to nationalism. So essentially, what Pan Africanism is this idea of a continent wide sense of nationalism amongst all African people. And it's a lot about the self determination of the people of Africa in determining their own courses of government and their own futures. And that's really what Pan Africanism is all about. So, this movement of Pan Africanism is sweeping across Africa, and you're seeing these independence movements pop up. And Pan Africanism really is the fuel that kind of fuels that fire. And that's really what this is all about. So, like we said earlier, ultimately there's a lot of different strategies that can be used. Some of these territories will use peaceful, nonviolent civil disobedience, and things like that, things that look like the way Gandhi did them to achieve their goals. And other territories will use violence and shows of force and try to get the changes that they're looking for in their country, kind of more reminiscent of some of the strategies that Mandela used. So you guys are going to take a look at how these brief summaries of independence movements in each of these countries, and then you can kind of consider how they are similar and how they are different from each other. So as always, I am here if you guys need me. Good luck, and we'll see you later. Bye.